I can remember it like it was yesterday. My friend called and said, Kenisha, do you know a, let's say, Frank? Yeah, I know Frank. But nobody was supposed to know about Frank. He was supposed to be my little secret. So whatever she was going to say after that was sure to be devastating. So I braced for impact. My friend went on to say, Kenisha, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but Frank sent pictures of you naked to the church's social media. I was exposed. I knew my life was over. That drove me to the edge of the bed where I sat with the knife in my hand, ready to end it all. And by the way, did I tell you this was Dr. Kenisha? I was simply trying to break it off with Frank, but I had become Frank's possession. On the last phone call trying to end the relationship, little did I know that he was on his way over to the house, and when he walked through my door, I was no longer Kenisha. I was whore, slut, UBI. But you know this story? It's not at all about Frank. This story is about Dr. Kenisha. Because I had professed to be a Christian woman, and I said that I would never sleep with a man that was not my husband, and yet I ended in the bed with Frank. All Frank did was simply pull off the mask. The mask that I had been wearing of public success, but yet behind closed doors, I was a private failure. But 8 years before that, you see, I went through a divorce, and though I was over that person, I was not over that scarlet red D called divorce, because in my mind, there was destruction. In my mind, there was still devastation. In my mind, death, if I could tell the truth, still resided. So that's how Frank was able to get in. You see, behind the mask, it's dark. You can't see. Behind the mask, when you try to walk with it on, you stumble and you fall because of the blackness behind the mask. You pretend, and that's what I had been doing. Here's the interesting thing, though. When you pull the mask off, it allows the light to come in. So when Frank ripped off that mask, though it drove me to the end of my bed with the knife, I didn't do it because the light began to come in. And you see, when light comes in, it begins to illuminate. When light comes in, it begins to ignite. So how did I get from suicidal thoughts to the place where I am now? If I really could tell you the truth, I had to face it. Face what? Face the fact that I was divorced. Face the fact that my marriage failed. And I had to face the fact that Dr. Kenisha thought little, low, and light of her own self. I had to trace the fact that I was living in lies. But that mask coming off allowed the truth to arise. And then I had to go back and erase it. You see, the light coming in really was the light of Christ, illuminating me, not about outside appearances, not about doctoral dissertations, but who I really was as this child. So my question to you is, What mask are you hiding behind? And I encourage you to pull it off, rip it off, because when it comes off, it'll give you light. When it comes off, it'll give you the truth. When it comes off, you'll begin to see the real you. So Frank, thank you. I can see clearly now because the mask, it's gone. I love